Yeah, man. So you would have went from. I think it's so cool. That's so cool. You went from
Like for athlete.
um under the ministry, as in actually like leaning and learning and being active, being part of the team and what's not, to like actually like coaching that, and then you took it a step further. You took those same principles and you went elsewhere with it. So like my question for you is like, where do you see my faith ministry in a Barbadian context? Like, how needed is this ministry in Barbados?
Well, I when I first started, I thought it was like a really novel idea. Well, I know the organization was around about 10 years before we got there, because that was around 2010, as they say 2011. So that's about 10 years before it, right? So I thought it was a very novel idea, being new to the whole thing. And it really like having being the like how you explain the athlete, then the coach and the administrator. I was able to say it from all different angles, and I think that is actually something that is very much needed. Um, is it's kind of like I kind of equate it to how the world of technology works. Before we used to send snail mail, then we started sending um, emails, well, faxes rather, that we started sending emails. So I see it as like a progression. So
Yeah,
ministry can evolve. We know that we have a lot of youth and a lot of restlessness amongst those youth, and the old fashioned, well, not saying that the old fashioned door to door can't work, but the old fashioned door to door is something that needs to revamp. So needs to be revamped. So I know that for the sports ministry, that's something that, and I've seen it like firsthand. Like anytime you got anything with sports involved, guaranteed that everybody's going to come and ask you what they could play. Everybody start to pay attention. So that was like something that really stuck out to me. So you need something that really grab interest, and then you can still teach certain concepts without actually like losing the person, or like having to walk away, because in the old fashioned, if we want to call it old fashioned way of ministering, persons be like, well, I see these people can out, and they just come out with this Bible and just want to do this and they want to do that. And we in a fast paced world where people might just be like, brush them aside. But I think as fast paced as the world is, people always have time for some level of recreation as it relates to sports. So I think that is actually something that we need no more than ever. I know that Dean pretty much actively involved in bringing the programs into schools, and has had some very good success, has been following it quite a bit. So I think that's been having a great deal of success. And as I said before, even with interacting with those youngsters now at my same home club, I haven't interacted with the young ones during my time as one of the church sports ministers. I think that the response that we were getting from those youth players especially was very very rewarding. So I think having the experience it being in the field, I think it's something that actually has a lot of potential to really grab souls and draw persons closer to God. And I think the other thing too is that it's actually very all inclusive, because it actually reaches a wide demographic. So you can also impact parents, and the sports camps, and particularly you'll find parents are very much involved along with children. Sometimes you might get grandparents. So I I would say the medium of sports is kind of similar to me as how it is like with music. You know, the same music is a universal language. I feel as though sports is almost like a universal language as well. So speaking that language is really a way to impact like the souls. And I would say for the most part too, I think Barbados is still very much a sports oriented culture. And in more recent years, my other I guess benefit I derive from the sports ministry aspect is that actually is a twofold thing in terms of it promotes spiritual wellness, but also promotes physical wellness as well. So I think it's very key now in our society. I know you guys will be hearing a lot about the studies that they're conducting on the NCDs and non-communicable diseases. I know how we have a high incidence of diabetes. I even heard an article a couple months read a couple article a couple months ago, and they were even saying that is becoming very prevalent that even the babies and small children, toddlers are obese. So things like this, I think, will still be relevant, a lot more relevant now, where you could get persons active and ensure physical wellness, and by extension, you can ensure like spiritual wellness. So I think you will still be doing your duty as a Christian in a large army, and you'll still be doing your duty as a concerned citizen in terms of getting persons like up and active, and just trying to do. your part as a citizen and also as a Christian. So that's very really see it being driven. And I think that it has a lot of potential. They said even from 10 years, no 10 years onward, I still enjoy being a part of the ministry, using this medium as my way to minister. And I think that, it is something that once we get persons on board to really push it, we disciple those persons, I think that it could really, really expand and grow exponentially in Barbados and the Caribbean.
Yeah.
So
Like
it,
I'm a big lover. I'm a big lover of speaking with persons about God, about His love, and so on and so forth. Um, but as you were saying, when you actually in sports, basically, persons get to see you living out the same principles that you are telling persons to live. The not cursing, the not getting angry when you're losing, the not getting disappointed, the having faith, the having hope. Um, Sports allows persons to see that, in real time. In real time. So somebody doesn't have to be around you 20 years to see a situation in your life develop, but they're right there with you. And it's, as you said, man, it's a powerful, very, very powerful medium. You were saying something, Charlene?
no, I was kind of re-emphasizing the point that you were making just now. Is like we sometimes separate our life from our Christian walk, and to have sports is like we intertwine into two. That like, you can be a athlete, but you can still represent God as you. And I think that's very important because
Yeah. And you know, it's so
yeah, we live that separate life. We live two lives. So we are Christian on Sundays, and then during the week nobody can tell that we are Christians. But in sports ministry, it's all about showing people that I I am about my Christian value, and that's significant. Yeah.
yeah. The funny thing is, sometimes you go to work
Mhm.
and depending on the job that you have and the way how your job is structured, you may not ever interact with nobody at work. You living out your Christian life and you more a button for the day, but but with sports, as Saabir was saying, it's so powerful. You gotta communicate. You gotta communicate. It like forces us all into this closed bubble, and your beliefs and my beliefs, and we get and they're at the fore, and we just mesh. It's a lovely thing.
I
It's a lovely thing.
I would say
So,
to to add on to what
mhm.
you were saying, Jeremy. I believe so. It's a cultural thing, especially in our Caribbean cultural meals aren't really accustomed to, I guess, articulating themselves. But I find that whenever you put a group of men together and it's anything sports related, you will find that as you head down that men want to hug up one another and they want to be like, yeah, I'm bigging up one another, everything. And it's always be like, but I didn't know that this man could hug one another and like, express his level of emotion. And, like,
Yeah.
so I think that's actually like real funny. I was just like thinking about her, and I always equate it to the situations I see in sports. I was like, yo, but when I see this man at work, I never see what the smile he feels. I never thought he could get happy. I never think he would come in the huddle and be like talking to men and like hugging them up. I think like celebrating we. When I see people doing these things, they're like, yeah, boy, it's amazing the barriers that I could break down. And I very more
Mm,
was like forget like what it is, and it's almost be like a childlike thing. Is almost like, yeah, we can just have a good time, we can
yeah.
forget everything, everything is good. So I think that's really good how you explain it, because I think it really breaks on a lot of barriers. It really does. Yeah, and it's true too, because I remember even in terms of the persons that we would have impacted, even with the football team when it first started. There were a lot of unsafe persons on the team, and one of these main things we were able to drive home is that it doesn't mean that you as a Christian, because I know that there was even that general misconception that persons on the team would have thought that even the Christian guys shouldn't feel like pain or anguish when you're losing, or that you shouldn't like react. But we were able to tell them, like, you're still human beings at any day, because I guess like when you don't have the upbringing, people believe that Christians are like these saints, but you
Mhm.
can still let them know that it's the way that you supposed to conduct yourself is more important. So yes, you're a human being. You can feel hurt. You can feel whatever. You might still think about reacting to if a player did something or even like a decision for the referee, but is the way you carry on is if you decide to challenge or you decide not to challenge. So I think as you said, it's really a case where people can then see you in your element and see, well, look, but you still know that he's a pastor, ex-Boise church, but you can still see that he's still super competitive. It's just his nature. It's just that he ain't gonna be one of the persons not come and like kicking on nobody or anything, but he would still compete in the cleanest possible way. But you can see that he's super competitive. So I think that was actually something that we were able to like drive home to a lot of the guys. And I think even some of our opponents were like, you guys, even if we won or lost, you guys came in and play with a lot of heart. Who's expecting you guys to be like walkovers in terms of you can come and just like, yeah, you come to kick me, and we just take the kick. You can just like, yeah, turn the other cheek, you just kick me, don't want to okay. But it's you can still play strong, but fear. So I think people actually get to see it in a bit more of a practical setting in that way. And I always tell even I think that's one of the on the side note, I think that's one of the biggest things I learned to um even from my experience and it's something that stuck with me when I think we went through some level of training and it was said that you can't really hide the person that you are when you play in sports. And I actually realized that time and time again that as much as you think that you could be I can pretend to be like timid or whatever they play in this sport. If you know you're not too competitive, it can always be over. You just be your most uninhibited person who plays sports. So if you know that, you know, you you got like a never die or do it all attitude, and you try to say, well, like, I ain't care when they go there. If you just get me all the time, like it's just like second nature. You just go there and you just became you all like a horse, but you
Yeah.
are.
What would you say to the Dean, to Charlene, to Imran, to the whole Call My Faith ministry as to where to go? Where do we go from here? 20 years down, where do we go from here?
Well, I would say essentially it's just to ensure that we have the right people. I know that we would have had a situation where we would have gained and lost persons over the years for whatever reason. So it's just really to ensure that above all, I guess human capital is one of the greatest resources that you can ever have in an organization. So just really to ensure that you have the right human capital to take the organization forward into this essentially into this next decade and beyond. Even on that note, we're going to ensure we have the right succession planning because you know that all of us, moving up as with anything, you'll get older and everything. So you just want to make sure that it doesn't end up where you have someone doing something for 10, 15 years and there's no succession. And then they decide that, life happens, they have children, family, and all these other things. So we don't have things in place. So I would say once we invest in the right people, have the right human capital to take us forward, I think we can do great things. And I think now the team that we are working with in terms of personnel who are sacrificing their time and their efforts, I think once those persons are willing to commit, and we actually mentor persons to be the next level to succeed us, that will really be where things go. Because with any organization, any church, any charitable organization, any profit organization, there's always a case where you have persons who move up in the ranks. They always have persons then to fill in under them. So I think that's where we had a little disconnect. But once we have that continuity and planning in place, and we have adequate resource planning in terms of our human resources, I think that we could really do wonders because those persons that will help drive all the processes that we need to have in place, and those persons in turn then should be able to then help us to disciple others to fall in to help with the furthering of the whole ministry. So that's really one of the biggest things that I think that we are aware of, and I think we've discussed it quite extensively as a team. So we definitely will be actively seeking to do that. And with additional persons like yourself, like as I said, I know that I was never aware that you were actually part of the organization. So I know that I see that you're here, then I know that